What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. Sylvans, Sylvans got 3 Lonefire, so Lonefire back to 3 with the new April 2015 banlist. So do they have potential? Sylvans, ever since Soul Charge was hit to 1, the deck lost a lot of playability. A lot less explosive plays. With only 1 Soul Charge and Lonefire at 2, the deck somewhat disappeared. But now with 3 Lonefire, the deck definitely has some potential again. But you know what the weaknesses are from Sylvans. The deck needs a lot of setup. With the field spell, you discard the card, stack the top card of your deck. You have the Hermit 3, which can be dead in your hand, for example. But then again, the deck has a lot of stages, like normal summon your Lonefire, activate your field spell, and in those stages your opponent can disrupt your play. If the opponent has one answer to your play, you're pretty much screwed as a Sylvan player, like Failure on your Lonefire, for example, or MST on your field spell. Some things like that. So I don't know, I'm not really sure about Sylvans. Consistency is definitely an issue. This is currently my build with 3 Hermitry, which I think is mandatory, and 3 Sage, maybe too much. Still testing them out with 2 Martial Leaf, and of course, the 3 Lonefire are stable. I'm a bit underwhelmed with the Rose cards. Rose Archer is nice, of course, to negate a trap, but Rose Lover, the one that you can banish from the grave, to special summon a plant from your hand, it's decent, but again, it's so useless when it's in the hand. It's only useful if you can discard it with your field spell. And then the last one is Rose Paladin. It acts like a Burial Neck. You can discard it from your hand to search either your Sage, I believe, and a Hermitry from your deck. And together with Trade-in, it might seem good, but after a lot of play testing, it just doesn't work out. The Trade-ins are most of the time dead, so they'll probably be cut from the main deck. More card choices in the deck profile at the end. Let's see some duels. Okay, so the first duel, I think I get to start. The deck is still running 3 upstarts. You need to open with your key cards, mainly again Lonefire, Blossom, the field spell, to set up the top card of your deck. Go for Sprout, Princess Sprout, again put it at level 8, and I'm lucky, draw into Soul Charge. If you... Especially in your first turn, if you have a Lonefire set up together with Soul Charge, it's up to you how you want to end your field. You have a lot of different options. I think I go for double Felgrant and Stardust Spark. That seems to be one of the more consistent the best opening moves. Next to, maybe you can also end with Naturia Beast, depending on your hand. Also have 2 Fertilizer in the hand. That's just overkill. Try to activate my field spell in the end phase, miss with the upstart, but this should be a game over. My opponent is playing with Rage Raptors, but no monsters, and double Fertilizer is is just overkill. Sylvans, if everything goes right, the Sylvan deck, of course, is very good. If your opponent doesn't have any cards to interrupt your plays, it's of course very good. But there are so many cards that can interrupt your Sylvan play, your Sylvan setup, and combine it with the possible dead hands, inconsistency, that's just not good. Here maybe I should have activated my Hermitry before attacking. Kinda punish him for not activating his Anishi to bounce back the Hermitry back to my hand to make my Trade-in live, although it all works out for him. I have 2 Vanity's Emptiness, but he has a Chien, and I lose to 6 Samurai, but he opened very well. The Chien and the Enishi to protect the Chien as a setup, very, very good, of course. Soul Charge doesn't matter here. I get to start again. I do play one Reinforcement of the Army. It can search out either your Rose Archer or your Rose Paladin, the guy that you can discard to search, for example, a Hermitry from your deck. Rose Archer, only one in the main deck. I'm currently not main decking MST, but I might put them in the main deck just to clear the back row. I mean, Emptiness is just such a big threat, or Phoenix Shane, cards like that. Mystical Space Typhoon I think is mandatory in the main deck, over, for example, the trade-ins. Anyway, have the Felgrand, and yeah, again that Sprout to go for, I'll say. Try to bounce back one of his cards. I think I called Fertilizer. Yeah, most of the time I just call Fertilizer. It's one of the only cards I'd really like to have in my hand with after I used Alcai's effect. Otherwise you would just call like the Winged Dragon of Ra, you know, just to miss and get the effect. Draw and Ring of Destruction, perfect. He has that Gust, the Dark Bribe for Raid Raptors, but yeah, this really doesn't matter. I think I can bounce back his back row, his useless back row, since we know, yeah, that we know by now, since he didn't use it last turn, and I can nicely attack for a game. Next tool, again, 6 Samurais. I get to start. Yeah, my opening hand is not that super great. I have some cute plays with the field spell with Hermitry, but yeah, I go for Felgrand, but this setup isn't really that strong against most tier 1 decks if you look at something like Necros. I make maybe a risky move with Miracle Fertilizer for Hermitry. Maybe I should have waited since I already used Felgrand's effect. Now it doesn't have any materials, so it's not protected during my turn now. Yeah, I'm not really sure about Sylvans. After rewatching my replays, I made some minor mistakes sometimes, so my apologies for that. He has Bottomless. Maybe I should have kept it. I mean, he's definitely going to activate his Mirror Force here. Yeah, this way he would have had his Bottomless still in his back row. Have that trade-in set again, nicely dead. He's going to MST it. He's going for Catester to lure out the Felgrand. Try to activate the field spell, miss with its effect. Upstart Goblin into the Sage. So set up my field spell for Martial Leaf. Try to summon Martial Leaf to destroy the Catester, yeah, by excavating the Martial Leaf from the top of my deck. Again, to not use my Felgrand's effect, I have to use Raigeki to get over the Catester. But we know that I put the Martial Leaf last turn on the top of my deck, so use the field spell to pop his monster and nicely attack for a game. Last tool, again, I get to start. Opened with Soul Shard, so hoping that I open with Lonefire as well. Sadly not, and I think my only option here is to go for a rank 7 play. It seems that Dracossack was the better one. I think together with Emptiness and Book of Moon, I think that's of course a very good setup, especially against something like 6 Samurai with heavy special summoning and the Book of Moon to interrupt his plays. So flip over Emptiness. Yeah, he does have his Typhoon, very unfortunate, so he's able to go for a Synchro Summon. On top of that, he gets 2 draws with United, and here I think I'm forced to Book of Moon his Catester, so I can attack over it next turn, or at least, yeah. Eventually also pop it with Dracossack was a possibility, but he has Warning, again, very a card I didn't expect, so big blow. Here I still have an option. I go for a Lonefire, try to special summon my Hermitry, maybe get lucky with the effect, but he has his own Emptiness again, pretty much blocking me out of the duel. I do have a Ring of Destruction to pop the Catester and to destroy the Emptiness. Top deck Lonefire would be nice, but sadly that's not the case, so GG. Well played. Yeah, all in all, I'm not really sure about the Rose cards. Rose Lover, the one that you can banish from the grave to special summon a Hermitry, for example, from your hand, is decent, but it's so dead in the hand. It's good with the field spell. Rose Paladin is again decent, but it can be dead sometimes. I'm definitely going to drop the trade-ins there most of the time. That it's not really working out. Other options in the main deck. Curry Bandit, I don't think it's needed at the moment. The deck runs 3 Lonefire and the Sprout, for example, so I don't think Curry Bandit is needed. You also lose a turn with its effect, so I'm not really sure about Curry Bandit. Yeah, maybe I'm going to try the Sprout. What is it called? Cherub Sprout or something like that? Cherry Sprout, I believe its name is. The Sylvan monster that can special summon a level 1 from your deck. It's of course very good with Copy Plant, but Copy Plant is really not a great card. I definitely not recommend running that one. Hidden Armory is also an option with something like Mark of the Rose as a replacement of Snatch Steal, but again that's really mediocre. Symbol of Heritage is also decent, but it's dead if you don't see your Lonefire. I mean, if you open with Lonefire, Symbol of Heritage is obviously a very good card, but it's so dead if you don't see Lonefire. The changes that I'm probably going to make is MST in the main deck over the trade-ins, and again give thought about 3 Sage, a bit too much maybe, the Rose Paladin maybe, yeah, but again I'm still testing things out. So guys, if you have any suggestions for the build, you can always leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace.